What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Vanguard beta. Not only what's going to be in the beta, but also some of the challenges, or not challenges, why did I say that? Changes from the alpha to the beta. Sledgehammer Games actually just released a post today at the time of me recording this video, and yesterday at the time you guys are watching it, pretty much listing out all of the changes they made as well as what's going to be in the beta as far as the weapon caps, as far as the levels, maybe some of the weapons, some of the maps, how many maps. So we got a lot of good information coming into the beta. Just as a reminder, the beta is going to be September 10th for PlayStation early access if you pre-ordered, and I believe September 16th or so for pre-order for, I believe it's console, Xbox and a PC. So if you're fall into either of those categories, you're going to be able to play the beta later on in this month. Before I begin, just want to remind you guys to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I do appreciate that. We are pretty much at 5,700 subscribers or so we're doing pretty good. Hopefully you enjoy the videos, and yeah, we're going to keep them coming. So now let's talk about some of the changes from alpha to beta. The very first thing that I noticed is the damage overlay. It looks like they're refining the damage overlay when injured to help maintain visibility. So this was one of the biggest issues that I personally noticed from like 5 seconds of watching the beta, or the alpha rather. It looks like a lot of the visibility was just completely turned off when you got hit, right? Your screen would go super black and it was just difficult to end up seeing people, and I think a lot of people hated that, right? When you took damage, you really couldn't see people and it felt like a huge disadvantage. So it looks like they're looking into it. Looks like they're probably going to fix it. Along with that, they're going to be fixing some visibility issues with the characters and the map lighting. I think overall it was really tough to see people just because they blended in. Maybe their uniforms are like brownish grayish and that's the same colors as the maps. I think there needs to be some contrast there, whether, I don't know, maybe some lighting changes or whatever, but something needs to happen to the point where you can be able to see people. It looks like they're reducing the density of the sun fog, so it looks like the sun won't be in your way as much. And they're also increasing the rim light around players to help separate them from the background. I think this is a really key change, and it would really help people out. It would really help discourage campers and hiding in dark corners, because obviously you would just be able to see people. They're also adjusting the overall exposure, which pretty much means they're turning up the lights on everything. That's a lot of the visual changes. Let's talk about some of the audio tuning they're doing. It looks like they're making weapon improvements to the weapon sounds, so it'll be ready in time for the beta. So that's non-player footstep volume, it's slightly increased. Non-player volume, weapon volume slightly reduced, so any player that isn't you're not going to be able to hear their weapons as much. The announcer volume and call out frequency was reduced. This is something you probably noticed if you played the alpha. Again, I didn't play it, I just didn't have an interest on playing on PlayStation 4, so I didn't play the alpha. But if you did play it, you probably noticed that the announcer would call out and just be a little too loud too often, so I'm glad that's getting changed. And then an overall global multiplayer mixing pass to improve informative audio for gameplay. Not quite sure what that means, but it is what it is. Glad they're looking into audio as well, because I know a lot of people were complaining about the audio, whether it be footsteps or gun sounds, or the fact that you could hear other people's games going on at the same time as yours. It looks like they're fixing all these things. Next thing up on their list is Champion Hill spawn tuning. It looks like they have observed a lot of spawn issues that resulted in people spawning too close to each other, or just spawns that didn't make any sense. Now, this is obviously an alpha, and I'm sure the beta is going to have the same issue, so it looks like, yeah, they're testing things like this out. Spawns, I can understand, I can see them kind of being, messed up in an alpha or in a beta. I can see that, but I don't want to experience that in the full game. That's pretty much what I'm saying. So hopefully they can get all these fixed by by the launch of the game. The last thing that I wanted to bring up that they're fixing is some nameplate visibility issues and aim assist tracking through destructible walls. It looks like some of those were a little too strong, a little too noticeable, so it looks like they're going to address these before launch. They might not be ready for the beta, that's what they're noticing, but it looks like some of the aim assist through like destructible walls was crazy high, especially because everyone's playing on controller. So it looks like, yeah, hopefully they end up fixing this, because no one wants to get pretty much walled through a destructible building, because you can't even see past that, or you can't defend yourself against that. So again, hopefully they do fix that. I think it'll be a good thing if they end up doing that. Now that we've covered all of the alpha to beta changes, we can finally talk about the beta itself. So we're going to be seeing 4 maps right off the bat: Champion Hill, Hotel Royale, Gavutu, and Red Star. And then the next weekend, I think that's the open access weekend, it's going to be Eagle's Nest. So we're going to have 4 for now. In terms of modes, we're going to be introducing, or they're going to be introducing a new mode. It's called Patrol. It's going to be similar to Hardpoint, where you basically have an objective-based scoring zone. And if you want to basically rack up points, you have to keep up and move around the map within the patrol point. Not quite sure how that's going to work right off the bat, but it is cool that, we're getting a new mode right off the bat in the beta. I think that's what they did with Black Ops 4. They introduced Control, so that was cool. Alongside that, we're going to get TDM, Kill Confirmed, Domination, and in Weekend 2, believe it or not, we're getting Search and Destroy, which is pretty nuts. The reason why I say this is a little out there is because Search and Destroy is a pretty significant mode, and you can tell a lot about a game based on Search and Destroy and how it plays. Same with Domination, because you can see how all the spawns are and stuff. But Search and Destroy, you can see where people are going to go, some of the routes. A lot of the good players are going to definitely be playing Search and Destroy in this. It'll be a little tough because you have to have all the weapons pretty much leveled up, or level up to as much as you can be, but I'm kind of excited for it, I think honestly Modern Warfare turned me into kind of a search player, and so like I said in other videos, I think Vanguard's going to be a pretty search heavy game. I just hope it's going to be good for Respawn, and we're going to get to see that hopefully in TDM, Domination, and Kill Confirmed, and of course in Patrol. Definitely let me know what game mode you're going to be playing in the beta when it comes out. As far as weapons go, they are persistent throughout matches. There's going to be 10 upgrades per weapon, each adding 1 attachment, so you're going to have pretty much 10 attachments on your weapons. There's going to be rotating weapon sets, so 2 ARs, 2 LMGs, 2 snipers, 2 shotguns, and 2 pistols. Again, this is just for Champion Hill, I just want to point that out. For core multiplayer, you'll be able to level up your weapons to level 30, and PlayStation players will get +2 custom loadout slots, so they'll get 12 loadouts, and PC and Xbox will get 10. Kind of an odd flex, kind of an odd choice there, but it is what it is. I'm excited for that. I mean, 10 loadouts is pretty nice. And lastly, we're going to have combat pacing. This is something I actually never really talked about, but I guess we'll talk about here. Combat pacing, for those of you who don't know, is a feature that allows players to select the intensity of their game. So player count is determined by map size. So pretty much if you choose tactical, for instance, it's going to be a 6v6 experience, probably for franchise veterans, people who are used to the classic Call of Duty combat training. Assault is going to be more so of a balanced combat, so it's going to be a little slower paced. It looks like player counts will vary between 20 and 28 players, so think kind of more like a ground war, but not a huge ground war. And then lastly is going to be Blitz. It's a high action lobby where the intensity is cranked up to frenetic levels. There's going to be a ton of combat joining a Blitz. It looks like player counts will vary between 28 to 48, so a ton of players, and I'm going to guess probably not a huge map. So if you wanted to play slow, you could play an Assault. If you wanted to play super just like, I guess, regular COD, it'll be, more so tactical. And if you want to play kind of like an old school ground war, not the new school where it's like 64 players, but the old school where it's like 12v12, I'm thinking it's going to be like, 14 versus 14 versus 24 to 24 on Blitz. So personally, I'm excited to try out tactical and Blitz and just kind of see how those play out. I'm kind of excited for it. And lastly, we're going to have, it looks like 6 operators: Daniel, Roland, Lucas, Polina, Wade, and Arthur. So 6 operators, each are going to have their own finishing move. That's kind of whatever, but again, if you want to play the open beta, or rather the beta in general, September 10th to the 13th is the PlayStation Early Access, and then Weekend 2 starts on the September 16th or September 18th if you don't pre-order, and it's going to be the crossplay beta. I'm honestly excited. Hopefully I'll be able to actually play during the open beta. I cannot play during the PlayStation beta. I will honestly be way too busy, but during the crossplay beta, I will definitely be playing and giving my thoughts on it, and definitely giving you guys gameplay, because I haven't really given you much Vanguard gameplay so far. But again, we're gonna see how it goes. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and let me know your thoughts on Vanguard. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.